The final game of the EU DPC closed qualifiers. It's Team Bald Reborn versus Luna Gaming. Winner gets into the DPC, loser gets absolutely nothing. 1,000 gold behind the corresponding safe laner of the enemy, Pablo. Gonna be, I mean, I want to say dodge that spear, but no, the spear just completely missed there. Does this give them an opening to come in? Gorky doesn't have level 6, but just the spin will be able to do it. TP attempt with the silence will be successful. Wonder if there's any big item pickups that we're looking for that could change things. Storm Spirit, though, does get rooted up. And we finish him off, link forward, double stun coming out from the DK, spin damage as well, but onto the backline, Supernova takes down the Grimstroke. And Storm Spirit is just surviving through it all. In fact, he's thinking of going back in. The target is going to be the DK. Omni Slash flying through the Fiend's grip. Can we kill the troll? The heal coming out. This Pugna hero is so obnoxious, but they do get him in the end with the refire from the high ground. That's pretty big. No Troll Warlord. He's the top net worth of this game. Storm Spirit finally lower on mana. Bork looking for the cleanup. And they've even got the sleep here onto Supernova. He doesn't have his ultimate anymore. This should be a pretty easy kill. Team Ball Reborn striking back hard. It's a bit of a messy team fight, but definitely a win for them. And in fact, it might not be done yet. Bengen, this is his second pick off on the tail end of this team fight. That maxed out Nightmare puts you down for such a long time. Visage Bird's great for scouting in, but you also don't want to give those up for free, and Roshan is just dying so fast.
Oh, it feels bad.
This is awkward. Root on the second hit here, and they actually don't get the stun. Zip Zapper, if he gets out as a result, Supernova will be feeling very silly, but of course that's not going to happen. They do have the magic damage to take him down.
Ashers on both of these carries right now, for example. Storm Spirit finds the Bane, though. That is very nice.
Cast, you've got the Pugna with the full completed Wraith Pact. Just all these tools to keep you alive.
He's got the full damage reduction kit. There's a bunch of heroes with damage reduction. It's always powerful. You know, you have the Underlord's help. Visage in the front.
Yeah, going in, but unable to get the stun thanks to the BKBs. Doesn't matter, they take out the Pugna all the same. Now the core and core matchup. The bashes, they're coming out. Excalibur is trying to deal a lot of damage from the backlines as well, but his BKB, once it expires, he can't really do that much. The rest of his team just gets obliterated inside that Mars Arena. Excalibur, no BKB, no team around him. He is left to die a very sad and sorry death.
Left to the very last, and should just got everybody he wanted. I think he just cleaved down the Juggernaut by killing the DK. But that didn't used to be a problem as long as Team Bold was keeping those side waves out, as they were keeping their own farm up. Because for most heroes, you need to land your spells to get damage reduction. Like, or you need to be in the vicinity, like Breathe Fire does it, Rubik does it, you have the Underlord's presence. But for a Pugna, you can just drop your inventory, then move on side.
Yeah, a very aggressive move here onto the supports. They know that there's no buyback. Storm Spirit zipping in for the finish there. Gets onto Excalibur, but he is 1 versus 2 against these cores. Mabby, he's out of mana. He is in some trouble. Omni Slash flies through, even getting the Pugna there as well, but Shud is in deep. He's got the BKB. He's got all the defensive items he wants. There is absolutely no stopping this man, in the words of OD Pixel, and I just don't see what the solution is here. The buybacks are coming out, but Juddy, he's still full health, full mana. What are you ever going to do to this guy?
Oh, he's going to have Satanic up as well, just in case they chase him. And you can see here, he is not actually afraid of them. Heals up with the creep wave. Ash?
Well, does get bashed. Maybe he should be afraid. But they do actually get the kill with the tower. That was a bit dicey. So that's life number 1 down.
Let's get the spin.
Can they deal with him a second time? Shud does not think so. He's just sitting there, takes down that tier 3 tower, now going for the melee racks too.
The Storm Spirit has bought back. He's waiting in the wings. If they go on Shud again, yeah, he's gonna jump.
Ooh, nice BKB activation though. Excalibur doesn't get pulled in. Can they actually go for the chase? I don't think so, but they have defended for now.
Interesting, so we're going for thick Juggernaut. As they quickly blink out of the way of the thicker man.
Yeah, this is a very thick man. And in fact, we're going to go in with the Storm Spirit. BKB is being activated. The bash, it is in favor of Gork. Can they get the chain stun? Pugna says no. He's so close to dying. Omni Slash flying on through. Doesn't actually deal that much damage. And Shud, the entire time, he's just healing up there. That Pugna putting in so
How
much
is he
work. He's
still
very low.
alive?
They will be able to take him down eventually. Gork, the roll damage output from his item build is enough. The bashes, they were in favor of him, and now they even get the Storm Spirit. Low mana, he gets bashed too. Whoever feels the wrath of this basher will be going down. Team Vault, they're in position to perhaps get something done. Roshan's respawning in less than a minute. They're right onto these towers thanks to constantly pushing out the side lanes, and they're even able to get a bonus kill onto the Pugna.
I can't believe how many bashes they got there and how well they stacked the stuns with Excalibur's birds as well.
And the entire time, that must have been at least 2,000 healing coming out from our Pugna, but it just was not enough. And they will be able to claim 2 lanes of racks. Perhaps it's getting close with a respawn on the Troll, but there's no Storm Spirit because he bolt back earlier. Again, it's this long respawn timer.
You can do so much damage to your base while you are away.
Not looking for base damage here, looking for kills. Gork is going to follow up here with the stun. They want to get rid of the Pugna ASAP. That's a lot of healing down, but he does buy back. Now our Troll, without the Pugna, we'll see if he can do it. They're just going to kite out this BKB, it seems. But no, going on the backline here with the Mars. Omni slash bouncing on forward is a bit awkward there since it got reflected. But Gork, he will be able to finish off the Mars in the end. Now turning on the Should. He doesn't have his BKB. He doesn't have his BKB, he doesn't have his ultimate. No, he does have his ultimate, he's going to be barely surviving there. Not too sure about that disarm, however. Really backfiring, though. Delra, probably not thinking that went through. Yeah, I mean, the Troll, I thought he didn't have his ulti, but he had just cast it, but then he gets disarmed by the Decrepify. Sleep here onto the DK is actually going to help him survive for now, but once the Troll Warlord comes in, that is too much damage. The buyback expended, that mission accomplished. We'll see what they can get on the escape. You definitely don't want to be losing Gork here, but it seems the Storm Spirit is out of juice, so no chasing. He's only able to pick off the less consequential kills as long as Excalibur and Gork are fine, but they're going to be going in. The recall there from the Coddle straight onto this Juggernaut. It is going to cost them his life, but if they can get Gork, it might just be worth it. They have to be careful though. Should he's got no buyback. If he dies here, it is lights out. It is GG, and he's going to get put to sleep. There are 3 Visage Birds here. The chain stun is going to last for days, and that's why all the buybacks are coming out here. Whatever Luna have, they need to keep Should alive. But Zip Zapper from the side, he's got the slow coming in from that Dragon Form as well. Storm Spirit doing whatever he can. He's completely out of mana. He's keeping alive thanks to his ultimate, but how long can that last? Not long enough to kill Gork, that's for sure. TP out from the Storm Spirit. Looks like that will be successful, but that's going to be a dieback onto the Coddle. And the itemization, like you're saying, it's so defensive. All of it helping the Juggernaut. All of the aura items on Excalibur, the Wraith Pack coming out on Pablo as well. There's just so much to help Gork out DPS the Troll, even though we know it's not a favorable head-to-head matchup. And that's going to be Megas. The comeback is real. Storm Spirit doing what he can, trying to clear out the backline. They will be successful in taking out the Wraith Pack holder, but can they deal with the cores? Zip Zapper, he's got his BKB here, stunning up this poor Mars. And Mars, I mean, he's doing what he can. He needs to make the play, set things up for his Storm Spirit, but there's just not enough. There is not enough here. The Storm Spirit just by himself does not have the damage to burn through this beefy team. Gork, full HP. Zip Zapper, full HP. Excalibur as well. They're literally just ignoring the Storm Spirit here while they go for the objectives.
He's trying his hardest. That's a Desolator on Excalibur. Tired of buying team items. This is the victory lap. And what a marathon from Team Bolt to pull out the victory here.
Yeah, Tiny's an interesting hero. Since we already have the Juggernaut, that's probably going to be a mid-Tiny. The spam of your spells is obviously great, but the attack range, the attack animation, the fact that you're just a really fast hero. Free 30 movement speed, ridiculous.
Yep, that's what makes him
bottom lane,
feasible
got the spin, the combination, that's first blood on to the Skywrath Mage. They've already lost their own safe lane tower, would be nice to answer back.
And maybe they're actually going to let him, although he has to be careful. There can always be a bat with a lasso coming out of the trees, and he's going to come very fast right now because he did in fact finish.
Or perhaps a Dragon Knight with a Blink Dagger, who was able to secure a kill on the Grimstroke there, but Excalibur showing up with all of his magic damage. It's actually going to be Pablo who gets the kill, but it definitely still helps Excalibur get his own Blink Dagger. Looking at the net worth though, for a mid laner to get a Blink Dagger slower than the enemy offlaner, that's not great. And in fact, we're still 1,000 gold away. Night Stalker, certainly Excalibur is going to be that space maker. Certainly is going to be the most active player for his team, as we were talking about earlier. He's got the Blink Dagger. We'll see what he can find.
Oh, this is double.
Very nice combination there. The burst magical damage. Absolutely no way for Team Luna to survive through that one. Help Bork accelerate to whatever item he chooses to go for. In the mid lane, though, he's in some trouble. Stunned up under the tower. In comes Bork. He's got the skin that's going to be very effective, but the suck coming out from the puck lane. He just thinks he can fight through it. He's fighting through it.
What?
No Omni. There is Omni Slash here. Will we see it fly out? Lasso onto Excalibur. Excalibur, pretty big kill because he's the initiator. Without him, kind of hard for Team Bald Reborn to take a fight. Gork, he's forced away. Won't find the opening to use that Omni Slash. But at least he continues farming.
My lord. TA just soaking up the damage from 2 cores into hitting her a full tiny combo. Doesn't matter, she has a Pugna behind her. Hero is...
we saw that in their previous game as well. This hero, it's starting to become obvious why he is this top tier pick. I mean, has been throughout the majors, sort of came out of nowhere. And that's even before you consider the utility coming out from the Decrepify, which could be great against the Omni Slash. And finally, we see the TA taking a big, fat, juicy stack here. It's going to be interesting to see if he goes for the Blink Dagger before the BKB.
Yeah,
I suppose either choice could be valid.
He has enough initiation right now, and I feel like you can just go for the BKB, disassemble your Dragonlance even if you want to, and be ready to fight fast. But if you don't see Team Bald pushing the tempo, then there's no need to hurry that much, of course. You can just go for your comfortable items. The Blink Dagger also helps you farm faster.
And they are up in net worth. Luna Gaming honestly doesn't feel huge. I mean, looking at the scoreline, it's 10 to 12, but 6k gold lead, you know, it's still 18 minutes in the game. It is significant. Whether or not that translates into the full item advantage that you're talking about, maybe not, but I think with the BKB timings, it's going to be faster than that of Team Bolt.
We're specifically talking about stuff like Zip Zapper walking into that engagement earlier and just dying. Like, if he would have his BKB finished, which was a possibility if he would have had a better game, then, you know, that one ends a whole lot differently, and you will see these supports scattering to the 4 winds instead of just standing their ground and fighting. And they're smoking on work right now.
And of course, it is going to be on our favorite Swedish streamer. Gork gets taken down immediately. And do we go into Roche? We do have the Templar Assassin, of course. Yep. One of the best, if not the best, Rochers in the game.
Shadow Shaman, man.
Yeah, I get some of that action. But at the very least, Team Ball do know what's going on. It's a very predictable move, of course. Can they fight it? That's going to be an entirely different story. Going in with the Mortimer's Kiss is not actually landing. Very aggressive movement coming in here from our Batrider, just zoning away the enemy. Meanwhile, they are able to take down the enemy supports. Buyback here. They really want to fight this. Cork respawning just a few seconds. Lasso comes out BKB. Not going to really help you against that damage, of course, from the TA.
They just chased it out.
BKB as well, and it's going to be a dieback here onto Bangtan. Supernova with the Blink Dagger looking for the punish. Excalibur in the fray. Omni Slash finally coming out here. Won't actually be enough to deal with Supernova because he has that decrep on him, but the spin will finally do the trick, and they were able to get the Templar Assassin. Smoke does come out. It is daytime, but we still have Night Stalker Ultimate. Who will they be able to find? The obvious target would be the Templar Assassin. That's who you want to go for, but it's going to be Beira who breaks the smoke here, and they might even try and fight this all the same. Nice Flame Break, going to be buying some distance. If it doesn't work against Gork, who has the spin, will be taking one down, and the entire time the Batrider has been taking damage. Omni Slash flies through, gets the very lucky jump there, but into the tier 2 tower, into that Mystic Flare, and that's going to be 2 cores at the price of 1. And 1 support, I suppose, but supports don't really matter at this point.
Oh well, maybe a core?
And they might be even getting more. Oh no. Excalibur, he is fairly tanky, of course, as that tiny, and looks like that will be enough. Zoning, Snapfire ultimate coming out as well. The Mortimer's Kiss is actually dealing a lot of damage. Supernova, is he dead? He's just dead. Okay, that turned out somewhat better than I thought it would be. Can we contest this? It's going to be close. Batrider, great fighting around the Roche pit. You have all that vision you provide. It is nighttime, which supposedly gives them an advantage. Supernova in the front lines, he's got the BKB, so he's definitely looking to initiate, but that's a fairly early pop on his ultimate. Excalibur goes in, bites the bait, he's gonna get blown up, but the magic damage, it's not enough because of the weird flame rate. BKB's activated from everyone on Luna, we'll be able to finish off that kill, but once those BKBs expire, can they continue the fight? BKB activated now for Zip Zapper will allow him to get out. Just guess without Excalibur in the picture, it's a little too much. Team Ball, they're going to have to run away here. And just scattering to the winds, it seemed to be perfectly fine due to the power of friendship.
It did. No big aura builders this time, though.
Going to be going in onto the backlines. Templar Assassin, one more hit will do it. Pablo gets sucked to death here. Still have that Aegis, of course, on the Templar Assassin, but they are winning this fight handedly. They're not even going to need that.
And there is
Zip
an
Zapper.
ink swell with your name on it. Any second now.
There definitely is, but it's going to be onto Excalibur. Awkward toss here. They might still be able to get the kill. No. We get the BKB off onto the Bat Rider. He's able to survive. At least for a very long time. He gets the lasso off here. Omni Slash flying through, though, on the other side of things. Onto that very tanky DK. Absolutely nothing happens, and there's so much damage to take him down after the fact. Excalibur gets the TP out of there, but this team fight, it's already been lost. 2 buybacks forced out on the supports as well, but he's not done. He's going to be diving here, won't be able to get them. Kind of a split-up fight there. You have the Bat Rider going in.
Trying again?
We are going to try and fight. We're going to try and fight once again. Tanky guy in front will go down. Yes, DK, sure. And without the TK, Shud is a lot more vulnerable. They do have the detection for him. This is huge. He doesn't have the Aegis anymore.
Before he gets forced to fight in his base, buys the Basher instead. And you know what? If Gaben is with you, that might actually just save your game, just like the last time around.
Definitely could use whatever they can here. Lasso out onto Excalibur, taking so much damage from the Templar Assassin, and they're going to do it again. They are able to take him down, but onto the backlines goes Zip Zapper. He's trying to go for the squishy targets.
Still has 1 BKB charge, doesn't deal that much damage anymore. And
yeah, no control means no way to stop Gork from dealing damage to your Templar Assassin. They're going to sit around for the respawn. That's all they care about, and they get the bash, they get the toss up. That is going to be good going down, and that's all of your damage. Excalibur going for the 2 toss charges, so really playing into that sort of spellcaster burst damage build, trusting in Gork to deal the DPS. I don't know about this one though. This is a bit adventurous. We don't have the refresher, so no second BKB, and that's going to be a Bat Rider in trouble. The 2 toss charges from that talent coming in, and even the aggressive tips, my goodness.
And grab anybody before. And he's
hiding in the Roche Pit, Supernova in and out. Very aggressive playing forward here. Zip Zapper, he wants blood, and he's not going to find it. He's going to find a lasso, and completely isolated from the rest of his team. He's going to go down. I mean, the smoke hasn't even broken both supports, and the lasso again. Just one by one. Team Bolter walking into their deaths. Gorky finally shows up, but what can he do? One against the world. Buyback comes out. They suppose that's something at the Omni Slash. My goodness, that was very unfortunate. Reflected there. And Gork, without the Omni Slash, without the spin, he might be in some serious trouble here. One more right click will do it, and he does end up going down to the crit of Shud. No buyback on him.
2 lassos, 2 targets, but it is the only move you can make when you have a draft like this, and he's been making it well so far, even though Zip Zapper has been having a hard game if you look at his net worth. Oh boy.
You do have buyback, that's something.
They're just mopping him up by this point. You don't have damage for anybody here.
Yeah, really just going through the motions.
You don't have 30 seconds.
Lasso, finally getting the Blink Dagger, and it's just too easy when there's no cores in the game. Well, there you have it. Luna Gaming finally able to close one out.
Now between the DK and the LD, you have, as well as the Jug actually, you have huge tower push. Very uncomfortable lane area. The Grimstroke is really not suited to this at all.
Yeah, and especially getting hunted down like this, Bengan being very tenacious.
If your heroes just stick into their lanes like this, all 3 of these on-winning lanes are going to push the opposing tower down as well.
Bottom lane, Supernova, once again, the charge gets interrupted. They're not even going to need the Omni Slash.
All they can do is wait. They know this is the next target. Nice D-ward with TSA.
Is it worth it though? We get the Soul Bind. Rolling Thunder is definitely going to have a good time here in the river, but can we find the bounces? Apparently not. He's not even going to try. There's just no damage. Goes for Gork instead.
Their carry. Should is really the solo core here, and Team Bold, when they were hanging on, always had multiple scaling heroes at the ready to make use of that farm.
Well, charge out onto the Lich. We'll be able to take that quite easily. They're getting aggressive onto the Bear. Mortimer's Kisses coming on forward, not actually hitting too much at the moment, but with all of the cores joining up here.
Just a little bit because of that. Even though the kill gold exchange was basically the same. At the rate things are going, I think you're gonna lose a Rex before he's even halfway. Yeah, they're just coming in.
Not
Why
slowing
would you
down
stop?
whatsoever.
Deso on the Bear.
My goodness.
So
Well,
much
Glyph
minus
can
armor.
buy some time, but when you have that healing ward, it might not even matter. They just tank right through it and use their own Glyph. Oh, big charge. You do get a bit of damage coming out from the Grimstroke. The Rolling Thunder in. Finally, can we get some bounces? Speaking of bounces, Chain Frost comes on forward, dealing so much damage. We get even another bounce there. And the supports putting in the work with their ultimates, Mortimer's Kisses as well.
My lord. Like, this Bear, Deso, Basher has exactly everything you want at this point in the game. You bash that Lifestealer once, he's dead. You hit the tower once, everybody else deals so much damage. And
Well, cherry picking
Smoking for
stats
it.
is always something that works quite well. You know, men lie, women lie, stats don't lie. It's totally a lie, but we do have a charge coming on forward. It's a pretty easy kill onto one. Can we get more, or should we even try for more? That is the question. They're gonna go for it. DK is fairly tanky though, especially with that Lich Shield on him. And using the Rolling Thunder, not finding any kills,
just
they
going
decided
in.
it's time to go, but will they be able to get away? Is this an overstepping? Get the suck here, magic
No,
damage
it
is
is
great.
not.
Nope, not enough. 4 staff to safety, and now Gork with the bounces, getting the Maelstrom procs as well. It's going to be the full cleanup as they even get the Lifestealer who tried to dive. And this is looking pretty sad at this point if you're a Luna Gaming fan.
and it's really just a combination of drafts as well as just like the bad luck that they have at the start of this game. Like, I think if your Spirit Breaker has a better game here, you can actually do something. But
Well, there's not much time left on the Aegis, but they're gonna go now. Can they actually take down Gork once? Well, for now, no. But it's a bit over for him to re-engage. The Bear also being controlled there with the Disarm. But there's just too much damage coming in. Even the supposedly tanky Spirit Breaker just get taken down, and Gork coming back here with that spin. Doesn't have the Omni Slash. Has he gone too far? There's just no stuns to catch him out. And meanwhile, Excalibur taking down those racks. They go in, they get some kills.
might even let the team that's 2 ranks down come back. They found Gork.
Just like this, perhaps no more Aegis. The chain stun is there. The Lich doing his best to keep him
Cookies.
alive, and Gorky will be able to get away for now, but the Lich shield, it expires. It's all down to the spin now. Can they actually control him? They just don't have the stuns to deal with him while he's spinning there.
Yes.
Oh, missing on that swashbuckle as well. That's gonna sting. Gork survives through it all.
With the Maelstrom, with the Diffuse Blade, neither of those online right now. How do you keep the waves out of your base? How do you keep the Bear out of your base?
Well, the Bear, the Dragon, and charging in like that certainly is not the answer.
And what a
But that
bitter
is going
pill.
to be that.
What a bitter pill for Luna Gaming.